Good morning, Bears. It is a Wednesday. Thursday epic? I think it is. Let's do it. It is a Wednesday, Thursday epic. Why? Because Friday I will not be here. And so we're going to do a little bit of a final project on weather. Kind of a fun little thing. Just a basic CER, play with some simulators, etc. So you'll have today and tomorrow to finish this lesson we're starting today. Because Friday, I don't want you to have to do anything but wrap up slideshows, finish turning things in. Really, everything needs to be turned in by the end of today. I probably will start doing those grades tomorrow. Will be a busy day. Yeah, I hate to say it. Everything's got to be turned in by the end of today. So we need to finish things up. So this assignment really not due till the end of the day, Friday. So if you've got things to catch up, you should do that first and then work on this. But we will be pretty busy today just going through these different things and playing with the game. So then tomorrow, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you till the end of the day tomorrow to turn in those grades. But they've got to get in there because I'm just not going to go look at it anymore. So anyway, get the past work done. Get it turned in by the end of today, tomorrow latest. And today we're learning about thunderstorms and your other favorite weather. Friday, I will provide a awesome little video, 20 to 30 minute long video on extreme weather. I will provide that to Miss Carter, and so she will play that video. You can watch that video, and then you can use the rest of Friday to work on this project or any other project, because that will wrap out science. So we're going to call this a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday epic, basically. But remember, Friday there will be a video, and you really should have all this done by the end of the day tomorrow, and that way you can get some of your stuff caught up today. So basically today, if you're behind, you're catching up. Tomorrow you finish this assignment. People that are on their A game, they'll probably be finished with this, and then they can just enjoy a video tomorrow and on Friday, because we'll have another good storm video tomorrow. I'm just trying to make the work trim up a little bit. All right. We're going to be reading, this is tying in history and science. It's disaster in California. We're going to be making thunderstorms here, and we'll watch a nice little video link here on thunderstorms. So it's all about rain and thunderstorms and kind of the damage they do and a little bit of history. So pay attention, and we'll go over the assignment. The bottom line on the assignment I will put here in just a moment. All right, let's get started with, before we read about the disaster in California, you're going to try to get 3 annotations. But before we do that, let's get a little background. Remember, as we learn about thunderstorms, you will use that to help make the biggest thunderstorm imaginable. A little bit of a contest. Tomorrow in class, we're going to look at these screenshots. I'm not going to provide a screenshot for you, but you know, it's not that big a deal if you can't get it done, but it is kind of a contest. Who can create the greatest thunderstorm? So we'll get to that in a second, but pay attention on how are thunderstorms created, because that will help you to quickly make a great thunderstorm. They do give you some notes here, but the video will help you. So let's go watch the video now. If you're watching this in Zoom, it's right over here in thunderstorm video. Let's watch that, get a little background on thunderstorms, and then read our article. All right, let's do this. Video time. Lots of notes. Be thinking about what you learned and how to see if you can pick up or corroborate any of that with our read along. All right, let's get started on our read along here. Always look at the title. Disaster, what's that about? Look at the visual. What kind of disaster do you think we're dealing with here? Does it look like an earthquake? Does it look like a drought? You know, from this black and white picture, you can get an idea what the article's about. There's a lot of water, but waters can come from floods, from raining, from tsunamis. Could even be something coming up from under the earth could cause a flood, so we have to learn about that. 1862. So one thing when you read an article, just do a quick browse. And we have our map here. There's LA. Do a quick browse of the article. It's a flood. We can tell that already now from that title. Another picture, this is a drawing, primary source, because it was from a paper. Remember, primary source is secondary. And let's see, and then we have evaporation. So we get a little overview. Always do that when you read articles and tests and things, just to help you kind of understand things before you start reading. So you now have a kind of a framework in your brain before you read. All right, let's do this.
Disaster in California. In 1862,
a natural disaster in California caused thousands of deaths and destroyed the state's economy. This disaster wasn't an earthquake or a fire. It was an enormous flood that hit huge sections of the state. The Great Flood of 1862 was caused by a series of storms that brought more than double the normal amount of rain to California in a very short period of time. Scientists and historians call the Great Flood of 1862 a mega flood because of the devastation it caused. Before the flood, there was an extensive period of time with little rain, and California farmers were struggling because there wasn't enough rain to water their crops. However, they probably weren't expecting what came next. During December 1861 and January 1862, so much rain fell that many of the dry, flat farms in the center of California were completely covered in water. The whole valley looked like a large inland sea. Rivers and streams all over the state swelled up and over their banks, causing dangerous water flow that destroyed homes and killed animals and people in its path. Using sources such as newspaper reports, data collected by scientists, and diaries and letters from people living in California at the time, people have reconstructed the kinds of damage done in this 2-month period. Because of the massive rainfall and flooding, entire towns were destroyed. In some places, the water from the flood was 30 feet deep, covering the telephone poles that had just been put in place. Farmers and ranchers all across the state reported that they lost their homes, barns, farm equipment, and most of their animals. The devastation was so great and affected so many people that the state of California went bankrupt trying to support the people who were affected by the flood. What caused the Great Flood of 1862? The Great Flood of 1862 was caused by a series of powerful storms that began over the Pacific Ocean. These storms were so strong because local temperatures were higher than normal. The winter of 1862 was unusually warm in California. Out in the ocean, both the ocean surface water and the air above it were also warmer than usual. The higher temperatures caused more ocean water to evaporate into the air. These warm air parcels full of water vapor rose high into the troposphere above California. In fact, because they were warmer than usual, they rose higher in the troposphere than the cooler air parcels that cause normal rainstorms. As they traveled up through the colder parts of the troposphere, energy transferred from the parcels to the surrounding air, lowering the temperature of the air in the parcels. The parcels cooled until they had the same temperature as the surrounding air, causing the water vapor inside to condense into liquid water. The higher they rose, the more energy the parcels lost, and the more water vapor condensed. The clouds that formed from these air parcels were full of liquid water that would soon fall as rain. The same pattern of high temperature.
All right, so as usual, remember, if you've opened this link, you may go back, you may check things. We have our map. I think I messed up in the beginning and I forgot to scroll. So some of this in here, you had to just go with read aloud. I was checking my advisory class in, and I forgot I had to come scroll. Too bad this doesn't have automatic scroll. But so there's some key notes in. It's called a mega flood, some background. Like I said, you always want to look at maps, and you want to read what are they telling about the maps. The dark brown areas of this map show the parts of California that were underwater during the Great Flood of 1860. Wow, I didn't know that. Look at all that. Giant areas down here. Down here there's something called the Salton Sea that still has a lot of water in it. I think it's that area right there. It might be this area here. Look at all this that was underwater. What? I did not know about this. This is new to me. And look at here, we have our sources. What's a source? Newspapers, reports, data collected by scientists, and diaries. Diaries are primary sources. And letters from people living in California at the time. People have reconstructed the kind of damage done. That's amazing. So this is great. This is a tie into history big time. And then we have what caused it. Now, here's your key evidence that you might want to look at to help you with your thunderstorm creator. Troposphere, high temperatures, low temperatures. So there's a lot of science data here that you might want to refer to corroborate with your game, because our Thursday Epic is a CER corroborating article, game, video, and your own research to write a nice little informational CER on thunderstorms. This will be the only one you have to do that's a CR on thunderstorms. All right, let's keep reading.
Winter, causing multiple storms and record rainfall in many parts of California.
Hold on here. Hold on. All right, here we go, right here.
Pattern of high temperatures leading to more water vapor in the air continued through the winter, causing multiple storms and record rainfall in many parts of California. Los Angeles received over 167 centimeters, 66 inches of rain in just 2 months, 4 times the amount of rain that normally falls there each winter. Rivers and streams were already full of water, so there was no place for the extra water from the rainfall to go. The water stayed above ground for weeks and caused flooding all across the state. Could the conditions that caused the Great Flood of 1862 happen today? Meteorologists say that the perfect conditions for these kinds of storms, surface air temperatures that stay warm for several months, and a constant source of water for evaporation, happen once every 100 to 200 years. So it's possible that California will see this kind of rainfall again. However, we now have a better understanding of the pattern that leads to these storm clusters and can predict when and where they might happen. We can't avoid storms, but we can figure out when they might happen and help people prepare when they do occur.
Nice. All right, so hopefully you can go into groups, open this link. It's easy. Look at this. Here's a note right here. What has to happen? Surface air temperatures stay warm for several months, constant source of evaporation. So what do you need for these big storms? You need that. So you copy it. Oh no, I'm sorry, you do copy it, then you can put it in your top slide. But you also, I should have, first, before you do the copy, oh man, why does it do this? There it goes. You highlight. Then you annotate or note warm temperatures are needed to bring water into air. Cooler temperatures cause water to drop. Precipitation. So it's just something I know about based on that little citation. So I have a citation, I have a annotation, I can copy this and put it into my slideshow for an A, but remember, we're mainly learning by having fun, so do that, but I want you to, I wouldn't stress about it too much. A-level people do it because they want to learn, and then you can get that going. Now we have that, and we have information from our video. Well, now let's go play with our thunderstorm game. Now I'm not gonna do this because it's fun. This you have to do. So if you don't get to the annotations, if you don't get to the notes, if you don't get to the CR, that's fine. But I'd like everybody to try to make a thunderstorm, copy and paste it, so that we can have a contest and see who can make the greatest thunderstorm. Check this out. You have high level temperature, very cold, cold, cool. You have humidity, high, moderate, low. You have low level temperature, cold, cool, warm. Remember, high level, low level, fronts creates weather. Instructions, can you adjust the atmosphere to make a thunderstorm? Thunderstorms can only happen under certain conditions. What do temperature and humidity need to be like up high and near the ground to make a storm? And here you have what happens when temperatures near the ground is different from temperature up high. And then there's a answer there. Why does humidity matter? There's an answer there. I just did it quickly. I want you to come play with that. Now look at this. Make a hurricane. Forecast a hurricane. Create a snowstorm. Don't know that we'll have time to get to these, but these are things you can do and play with. And for your hurricane slide, you can talk about it or even do a screenshot for your hurricane. We don't have snowstorm, but you can make a screenshot for that. These are bonus activities to do tomorrow or Friday for people that are caught up. Remember, I'm trying to let you guys catch up, make sure this slideshow's good. So what's our basics? Let's get to that. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday epic. Read along with article, create an annotation for 3 citations, highlight text, copy and paste into top slide. Watch the thunderstorm video. Play with thunderstorm games. Screenshot your thunderstorm and place in top slide. Best thunderstorm wins. Top slide. Use information from video, your slide, article, and simulator to write your final CER in thunderstorms. Use corroborating evidence for your sources. Bonus. Create snowstorms and hurricanes on the same simulator and screenshot in a slideshow for showing on Thursday. So some of you guys are, you can get all that done probably by the end of the day. Thursday. Friday, we will have a bonus, a little bit longer than normal, video on extreme weather to wrap up our weather. Remember, you'll have a sub, so play with these games, finish this activity, turn in any extra work. Probably going to accept work through Friday, so you can have Friday to get stuff done during the sub time. I'll have a short little video to present to you that the sub will watch. She'll show the long video, and then you can catch up, work on other things, get work done. All right, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, epic. I want to see how big a thunderstorm you can create. And it's kind of fun if you get down to these other snowstorm ones that are in that simulator and see those as well. Make a hurricane, forecast hurricane, create a snowstorm. All right, let's do this. All right. Hump day.